Hey GH peeps, welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things General Hospital. Today's late night review is for October 30th, 2023. Monday, y'all. Tomorrow is trick-or-treating. I don't know why I'm dancing. I ain't gonna get no candy. My kids is grown. All I got is grandkids. And you know the parents are gonna get the candy. So that leaves grandma out. And I don't give kids no money. I don't do that either. I don't give candy away in my neighborhood because all we have is a bunch of older grown kids, like 17 and up. Last time they came last year, it creeped me out. I'm good. Y'all guys work. Y'all can buy your own candy. Ain't nothing cute about y'all, okay? Hey, I have the right to deny, and lights are off. But anyway, what about you guys? Y'all gonna be doing any trick-or-treating with your kids? And just be safe and check the candy and eat the candy. Ooh, this one feel a little funny. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting off character. I'm getting off subject. What y'all think about General Hospital today? Did it give you thrills, feels? Do you need a pill to stay awake from the dullness of all the storylines? Ava was pretty fun. Ava's storyline was pretty fun. Watching her face change when she heard that Nick was alive was like, that was awesome. Hearing Tracy say that she wants to give shock therapy to Ned was kind of funny too. She's still talking about it like that. But anyway, let's get it started, guys. Let's talk about it. So it starts off with Sonny. He's at his restaurant, his front basically, because that's not an actual business. Ain't nobody ordering no food from there except for him and his boys. But he's at his office and at his restaurant, and a broad shows up. At least that's what she tells the security. There's a broad out here that wants to talk to you. Wouldn't give her name, just said her name is Broad. Sonny knew. He had an insight that was her. And he comes up with a smirk on his face and he's like, "What's up, Lois?" And it's like they talk about Bensonhurst, about the ups, the downs, the changes, the not changes. The strip shows at weddings. I don't know. That's what it sounded like to me. They discuss new marriage. They discuss Nettie Eddie. They discuss feds. That the federales came up because Lois had let him know that she had heard about that, and he was like, "Oh, it's just a case of mistaken identity." They had talked about grandkids, and Lois had said, "You know what, Sonny? You look really centered now. Centered." And it must be the fact that he's not drinking with his bipolar meds that's centering him. Or maybe he's smiky. It could be the non-drinking with the bipolar meds, or it could be that he's smike now. He's not, a shadow of himself. And if we have to remember old Sonny, there was nothing centered about old Sonny. New Sonny, you can see his age. You can tell. Are they purposely aging him? I mean, to his age now? Because it looked like just in the past couple of months. And don't jump on my back, Nina fans. But I'm starting to wonder if she's like the vampire and she's sucking this man dry. Because he don't look good. That's all I'm saying. Like, was he sick or something? Because damn, Sonny. I mean, I know he's of age, y'all. Before y'all be like, he's old. Why y'all saying that? Because look a couple of months before he, when he was Smike. Smike wasn't looking like this. He was nice and oiled and tan. You know what I'm saying? Now he look all weathered. I don't know. I think Nina's a vampire and she's slowly killing Sonny. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. But anyway, she ends up making him a meal because she get hungry and they chilling and talking and, taking it back. And then we go over to the Quartermain mansion. And Brooklyn's there talking to Nettie Eddie about her about to sign Blaze. And she even invites him along. And he's like, "Nah, I got to, work on my music." She says, "Well, maybe, she could help you out with yours." And he's like, "Nah, I got it. If I'm, finished, I want to sing it myself." And he's like, "I can sing my own music." And she's like, okay. And it just, made me think back to all the little talk I've been hearing about Blaze supposedly being Alcazar's daughter. And Sky Quartermain and Alcazar's daughter. That would be the juice that gets me loose in a good way. That's the juice I'm talking about. Surprise character being walked in and turns out to be one of the most deadliest oppositions to Sonny Corinthos. I'm not saying he was the top one, but he definitely was a big one. A big one. If you want to know Alcazar's history, check Old School GH between 90, I want to say 2000? 2000 and maybe 2001, 2000 and 2004. I can't remember, but I want to say around that time, Alcazar was causing all kind of hell. He had brought back Sonny's a lookalike that looked like Sonny's first wife and had her standing outside his balcony in the rain, following him, and had him following him in his to go see her grave, and she was whispering to him, driving him crazy. And this was before he was on the bipolar meds, honey. And speaking of that, I just want to say this one thing about Michael. Okay, I love little Michael. I kind of was like okay with teenage Michael because he was a little angrier. He just as angry as little Michael. But I think people are judging Michael and not thinking about who raised him. It's so funny how we forget who his parents is. And we all want to put the blame on Carly. But we got to remember, Sonny had them boys a lot of time too. And Michael grew up in that home where Sonny was throwing shit, screaming, calling his mom out her name, throwing shit. Michael started acting like his father. When there was actually a scene when he was little redhead, evil, mean Michael, and they did something had happened, and Michael threw something and screamed. It was like, and they were like, oh shit. They were like, okay, you don't throw stuff, son. But Sonny had to realize he's learning this from me. So a lot of y'all like, well, he's so this, he's so controlling, he's that. Do y'all forgot who Sonny is? Who Sonny fucking Corinthos is? Do y'all not know Sonny's history? He raised Michael, not AJ. He did. Now, he got his daddy's instincts genetically? Yeah, he's got AJ's assholeness, but he's a lot of Sonny too. So I think people they just want to wash Sonny out like, oh, he was just so great all the time. It was just Carly and her stupidity. Half the time, them boys were with their dad. And they got to see their dad at his worst. And Michael was the firstborn. You know, he's the first one there. Dante didn't get to grow up with that shit. Michael did. Michael was a product of his parents. And Carly is not just the only parent. Yet, too. But I'm getting off because that just starting to kind of drive me crazy. And I'm not defending Michael controlling Willow, but sounds like Sonny did when he told Carly that she had to marry him. She had no choice. If you don't believe me, watch the original series. Sonny wasn't playing that shit, and Michael grew up in that home. So think about it. But anyway, I got way off talking because I went from Blaze being Sky and Alcazar's child, which I want that to happen. And so as Brooke is leaving out to go have the contract signed, Tracy comes in and she says, why are you hiding from me? And Brooke's like, I ain't got time for you. You hurt me. I ain't got time for you. You on some bullshit, Grandma. You on some bullshit. And Tracy's like, I just want to discuss your future with deception. Brooke don't want to hear that shit. She doesn't want that. She doesn't want that. She wants to be doing singing. That's all she ever wanted to do. And Tracy basically threatens her like, there's going to become a time when you're going to need me, and we're going to have to sit down and talk about this, about your life with deception. And Brooke just like walks out, and Nettie Eddie, sounding a lot like Ned, says, he had a Ned. I felt the Nedness. I didn't feel Eddie. I felt nothing but Ned this whole entire scene. And he was like, all that blackmailing and threatening, that ain't how, do you really think that's going to work with her? Do you just that's your only avenue? And Tracy proudly lets him know that's how she controlled him. She ain't lying. She ain't lying. And he just looks at her and is like, ugh. Once again, I really felt the Ned in him. And then she starts talking about what you would be okay with, because Eddie's likes music and he's just shiftless, and she wants her son back. The more the businessman and not this shiftless wondering about louse that she's seeing in front of her. And as she's berating Nettie Eddie, Olivia walks in, and Olivia's like, get off of him, leave him alone. He's free to be who he is. And Tracy's like, oh, You just want him to stay this way. You don't even want your husband back. You must be falling for him. You know how Tracy is. And Olivia stood her ground. You know what I'm saying? And Tracy even brought up shock therapy. And she said, if you're not going to force him to do shock therapy, at least get him into some therapy. And that kind of brought me back to that time when Olivia had actually suggested that to Nettie Eddie, that he get some therapy to kind of deal with his issues and stuff. And she's like, no, he's free to be who he wants to be. Just leave it alone. And I like how, even though Tracy had brought up the fact that she wants this one guy better than Ned, when Tracy left, Olivia let him know. I respect you. You seem like a really great person and all this other great stuff. You seem like a really great songwriter and a musician. But I miss my husband. And I think that needed to be said because a lot of people were like, she don't want Ned. Ned's a stick in the mud. No, she loves that stability that Ned provided. Ned was a stable husband. And if you don't know about look at her last 2 baby daddies. Shall I keep going? Anyway. So, let's see. Tracy, the shock therapy. She accepts him as he is, but she does miss her husband. And then we go to Fliz. They finally get it on, y'all. They want to do the wild thing. Wild thing. She really likes that wild thing. Let me stop. Y'all didn't come to hear me sing. I love Tom Loke back in the day, though, baby. Sorry. But anyway, okay, I only got 1 point because there's not much to talk about. They do it. His feet were dirty, and if y'all don't believe me, go back and see. Feet dirty, and I'm sitting here like, oh, this, finally, yeah, the old head's got it going on, yeah. Look, he got a little swell on his brow. He was really working, and then they pan back, and that's seen dirty feet, and I was like. Because the first thing I felt, if your feet dirty, what else dirty? Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. If the feet is dirty, what else dirty? Got the fireplace on, smelling like corn chips and who knows what else. That, yeah. Ben, you knew better than that. She should at least have my. Why your feet dirty, bro? You had on shoes. Why your feet dirty? That's a good. Is the scene? Is the place where they act? Is it dirty or something? Was he running through the wilderness, or they playing some freaky reindeer games? Moving along. TJ and Austin. TJ stops in. Austin's at the bar drinking himself in, looking like a sad sack. And TJ basically stops Austin from killing a Lollipop. Because he's like, man, the police was outside. You gonna throw away your whole entire career behind this bum? So that's a good point. That's a good point. And they discuss how Lollipop both made their lives miserable. But TJ stops him from killing Mason. Killing Mason. I would have been okay with Mason being unalived. I was really hoping that TJ, because he came back after, it was so weird. After he stopped Austin from killing Lollipop, he talks to Austin, and then he goes back to the hospital, and he talks to Lollipop again. And Lollipop's all like, "You're here to finish the job," and he's like, "No, I'm a doctor. I swore to save life, not take it." It would have been so sweet if TJ would have said, "But you ain't got a life because you ain't shit." Eject his ass with something that kills him that nobody knows nothing about. Didn't happen. TJ just says, I hope you rot in jail, and you will be in jail for a long time, and that will give me all the pleasure I need. I guess, TJ, a good orphan scene would have been nice too. Juicier. Just saying, who killed Lollipop? Anyway, so then Laura visits Ava. And I gotta say, this is probably the highlight of GH for me, with Laura visiting Ava. Why? Because Laura lets Ava know that Nick is alive. Ava questions it. "Yeah, you sure?" She's like, "Well, I traveled here and I traveled there and everything." And Ava's like, "Okay." Like, you could tell she was like, "Just tell me, motherfucker. Just tell me. Is the motherfucker alive?" Laura's like, "Well, I did see that he was, there's some business transactions, some money being moved around." And it was like, "Well, that could have been anybody." And Laura's like, "No, they said it was him. He came in person." Ava's face. She was shooketh. And then Laura starts talking about, about Nicholas and his woes, and how Laura just needs to go home and worry about Kevin. But anyway, and she states that she really believes that Nick loved Ava, and she knows that Ava loved her. And maybe in the future, if things get better, they can come back to each other. Laura, stop. Go over there and talk to Lulu and tell her to get her ass up out the bed and tell her husband's sleeping with one of her. Well, I'm saying, and she didn't let that people move into her home. Man, if they let Lulu get out and start stalking the home because she don't know who in her home, that's gonna be great. But anyway, and Ava's like, nah, I don't think about it. I don't think he gonna want me back. Yeah, Ava, we know because you hit him in the head, but he didn't seem like that upset about it. But anyway, but he was like, I'm pretty sure, and Nicholas is going, he's just, anyway. But Ava's like, nah, it's pretty much over between us. And Laura has to jet out. And you could tell Ava's such a good actor. I love me some Ava Jerome. After Laura walked out that room, she would just collapse in that chair, and she just was like, oh my God. Like she was holding it together, holding her composure together the whole entire Laura's talking. Ava just collapsed in that chair. And in her mind's ticking. You can see it. She's like, what in the hell? And then the Jerome kicks in. And she's like, and she's crushing from the understanding that Nicholas is alive and he could be coming back to make her life hell. She starts to be like, wait a second. And she makes a call. Austin's all happy. Oh, Ava, you're calling me. I was waiting. She says, gallery now. So she was hurt. She was shook for about like a couple of minutes. And then the Jerome kicked in. And she's like, what the hell? And of course, Austin comes up. And he's like, oh, you're so beautiful. I'm just happy you're okay. Ava's not feeling none of that shit. She ain't feeling nothing. She don't want to hear it. She was played by the Pawtuck crew. And she lets him know. She's like, For months now, Ava tells Austin that Laura just came by and told her that Nick's alive. And Austin's like, oh, that's great news. Because, the only reason why I was having you do everything that they wanted me to do is because I didn't want you to go to jail. And it was like, for months, I have been following orders from the Pawtuck crew for months because I was afraid of this. Just to find he's alive. And I only got one question, Austin. Did you know? Now, if Austin really knew Ava Jerome, he wouldn't have lied to her. He would have just took her, because Ava ain't shooting nobody, so, took her, get the fuck out of my life, bye. But no, what did he do? He lied. Right to her face. Started coming up with, I was trying to do this, and I was just doing this and doing that and doing that. And Ava turned around and looked at him and says, I really wish I could believe you. Now, see, Ava Jerome would have then put her pistol and shot him. But this ain't the same Ava, so it ain't going to happen. So then we go on over to Blaze, and Blaze stalks Christina at her job. And yes, I said stalks, because this is just weird. And even Christina was like, I love how they're playing, Christina's playing this character. She's like, she's enthused, but she's still like, what? This is kind of sketch. This is kind of getting a little sketch. But Blaze surprises Christina at her job and lets her know that she's there to sign a contract with Brooklyn. And Christina's like, oh, okay. Well, then, I won't bother you. I'll let you get to it. And Blaze is like, oh, no. That's not for hours. And Christina looks at her like, what? Okay. And Blaze says, I was just hoping I would run into you. And Blaze was like, and Christina was like, well, I don't always work. So you could have called or texted me to find out if I was here or not. And Blaze was like, oh, no, I just took it upon chance. And if it was a good omen, and I know it'd be, if I seen you, it'd be a good omen. And here you are. And I'm like, creepy, because creepy. Is she Alcazar's daughter? I mean, because there's got to be something. There's got to be something about Blaze, because she's just moving weird. I mean, like, okay, so if you're interested in Christina, then why don't you just ask her out? Why all this cat and mouse and showing up wherever she's at? Sounds like your daddy. How when he was stalking Carly and he would just show up wherever Carly was at. Everywhere Carly went, Alcazar was there. The park with the kids, Alcazar was there. The hospital because she was having, Alcazar was there. Sleep in her bed, Alcazar was sleeping, whispering in her ear. Everywhere that Carly went, Alcazar was sure to go. I'm just saying. And this is giving me Alcazar vibes. How she's kind of stalking Christina that way. And I'm not saying stalking, but if she's Alcazar's daughter, it all makes sense to me. But anyway, let me see. I talked about how it was a good omen. Oh, and then as she's talking, Lucy is texting her, and she's like, and she's like, what's going on? She says, Lucy, about this face of deception, and I haven't answered, made my mind up yet. And I thought she did. Remember when they were at the island and Blaze toasted Christina to saying that she was going to be the next face of deception? So it's kind of odd that after she would toast that with Christina, then she would go back to the islands and think about it. And y'all got to remember, Christina them left first. Blaze just got back from seeing Alcazar. Her daddy was telling her what to do. That's probably was her daddy right there. Stop talking to that girl and go stalk people and do what I said. But anyway, Christina introduces Blaze. I'm going to say Christina introduces Blaze to Sasha and them. I think that's how it happens. I'm not sure, because when Sasha and them walk in, Blaze turns around and she's, oh, damn, that's the girl that I'm supposed to be replacing. And Christina and her have a little quick conversation about it. And I want to say, I could be wrong, correct me in the comments, guys, but I want to say Christina introduces Blaze to them. And after a couple of brief conversations with Sasha, she then politely leaves and goes and meets up with Lucy and tells Lucy that she does no longer want to be the face, that she no longer wants to be the face of deception, and that they already have their face, Sasha. And then she scrolls off. To Lucy's unhappiness, she's just sitting there talking to Marty about how she's planning on getting her company out of Tracy's grubby hands. That's basically their whole entire conversation was about that. And Lucy blames Tracy for Blaze not wanting to be the face of deception. Yeah, let's see. Was that all the notes I took for today's show? Oh. That's all the notes I took for today's show, y'all. Let me see if I missed out anything in my highlight page. We said Blaze. Oh, well, Brooke does sign Blaze. So now Brooke has her first client. Congratulations, Brooke. Hey, congratulations, Brookie Brooke. Sasha and Sam, Cody and Dante are the foursome, the new foursome. Woo! The new foursome is Shanta, Sasha, Sam, and Cody and Dante. They're talking about home improvement and how they're all going to help out and look out for each other. It doesn't look like Sasha's rushing back to deception to put her face on there, but I think I'm glad that she's pacing herself. I'm glad that she's surrounded by them, because Cyrus is lurking around, and that's the last person that I want Sasha to see is Cyrus. And I'm really praying and hoping that she is not alone when she sees him. I'm hoping Cody, Sam, or Dante, somebody that's there, that's strong, that's there right here, so they can just shoo Cyrus away before he even comes near her. Liz, yeah, I talked about Liz and the Fliz and the dirty feet. His feet were dirty, y'all. They're just nasty. But anyway, if I missed out on anything, guys, please leave it in the comments. I appreciate all your comments. I love all your comments. Thank you, guys. You are the wind beneath my wings. Thank you to the new subscribers. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the couch, y'all, where we talk about late night, little cursing, little person. You know how it is. But anyway, like and subscribe if you like my content. Y'all have an amazing night and be blessed. Mwah!